Hi, my name is Mohammed. I'm a teacher and today I will tell you about my trip to Turkey. It was an amazing experience and I hope that you enjoy listening to my story. Before we begin, I would like to ask you to subscribe because it really helps me a lot. Okay, let's go. I arrived at the airport very early in the morning. When I got there, I had to check in and I gave my suitcase to the airline staff. They checked my ticket and then they gave me a boarding pass. With this ticket, I could go through airport security and then enter the departure area. This is where you find the shops and restaurants before your flight. I bought a coffee and then I went to my gate. The gate number was 32 and I found it quite easily. Then I waited for my plane for about half an hour and after that, we took off. When I arrived in Turkey, I had to pick up my suitcase again and then I went through customs. After that, I met my tour guide. He was waiting for me with a sign with my name on it, and he took me to the bus. There were many other tourists on the bus and we all went to our hotels. My hotel was in a great location near the beach. It was a modern building with a swimming pool and a garden. I liked it a lot. The room was very comfortable and it had a balcony with a view of the sea. There was a double bed, a desk, a wardrobe and a bathroom with a shower. The hotel staff welcomed us with fresh towels and cold drinks and they gave us the keys to our rooms. After we settled in, we went on a sightseeing tour around the city. We saw many historical places such as mosques, palaces and bazaars. And of course, my guide told us interesting facts about every place. We also rode a boat to a nearby island. On the island, we visited an ancient Greek theater. It was amazing to see how well preserved it was. Some parts of it were still standing. We walked around the island, enjoyed the nature, and then we swam in the crystal clear water. The next day we went to the mountains. We started hiking early in the morning and the weather was perfect. It was neither too hot nor too cold. We walked along a river and when we got to the top, we saw a beautiful waterfall. There were also some small lakes around, and the landscape was stunning. We spent the whole day in the mountains and when we came back to the hotel, we relaxed by the pool. On the third day, we went to the beach. It was only 10 minutes walk from the hotel and it was a long sandy beach with many people on it. And of course, there were also many cafes and restaurants on the beach where you could have a nice cold lemonade and enjoy the view. In the evening, we often went to a local restaurant. It was just across the street from the hotel and they served delicious Turkish food there. For example, kebab, which is grilled meat with vegetables and rice. I also tried lahmacun, which is a kind of pizza. And of course, Turkish delight and baklava for dessert. Turkish delight is a sweet dessert made from milk, sugar and flour and often flavored with rose or lemon. Baklava is a sweet pastry made from layers of dough, chopped nuts and syrup. I also drank Turkish coffee. It's very strong and tastes different from regular coffee. And I drank it with a sweet coconut candy called salep. On our last day in Turkey, we went to Istanbul. It's the biggest city in the country and it's located in two continents, Europe and Asia. We visited the famous Hagia Sophia. It's an old church, but now it's a museum. It's impressive because of its size and beautiful architecture. We also visited the Blue Mosque. Its official name is Sultan Ahmed Mosque, but it got its nickname because of the blue tiles inside. It was built between 1609 and 1617 and is one of the most important mosques in Islam. We also went on a boat trip on the Bosporus. It's a strait that connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara. The water was very calm and the weather was sunny. We saw many beautiful houses on the shores. Some of them were old and some were new. Many of these houses belonged to rich families and some of them even had private docks. After the boat trip, we went to a bazaar. A bazaar is a traditional market where you can buy almost everything: food, clothes, shoes, jewelry and souvenirs. We saw many shops and stalls with different products, and we could also try some food. We bought some spices, Turkish delight and sweets, and then we took a taxi back to our hotel. The next morning, we had breakfast and then we checked out and went to the airport. The flight back was very fast, and when I arrived home, I felt a bit sad because I had an amazing time in Turkey and I didn't want to leave. But I took a lot of pictures and videos so I could remember my trip. Okay, now I will tell you about some important words that we used in the story. Here we go. First, we have the word airport. An airport is a place where you can take a plane. When you want to fly somewhere, you go to the airport. You can go there by car or by taxi, or maybe your hotel offers a free shuttle bus. In the airport, you must go through a security check. You need to put your liquids in a separate bag and you need to take off your shoes. When you go through the security, you arrive in the departure area. There are many shops and restaurants where you can buy things and eat something before your flight. When it's time to board the plane, you go to your gate. The gate has a number, and on the screen, you can always see which gate your plane will arrive at. When you're at the gate, you wait for the plane, and if you have a long time to wait, you can maybe go to another gate because there are usually several departures at the same time. To board the plane, you use your boarding pass. This is a ticket that shows where your seat is. Always keep this ticket until the end of your journey. Next, we have the word hotel. A hotel is a place where you can spend the night. If you want to travel, it's best to book a hotel in advance. You can do it online, and then you can choose a hotel with good reviews. The best hotels have a swimming pool and a spa center. If you have a problem with your luggage, you can ask the porter. A porter is a hotel employee who can carry your luggage. The next word is sightseeing. Sightseeing is the activity of seeing the most important places in a city. For example, you can go on a sightseeing tour around the city. These tours are usually led by a guide who tells you interesting things about the places you see. The next word is beach. A beach is a place by the sea where you can swim and sunbathe. Some beaches are made of sand and others are made of pebbles. The water on the beach is usually shallow, but sometimes the waves are strong. If you want to protect yourself from the sun, you can rent an umbrella or a cabana. And the last word is mountains. Mountains are large natural landforms that are higher than the surrounding land. Some mountains are very tall and others are not so tall. Mountains are usually good places to hike or climb. And if it's hot outside, you can go to the mountains to get some fresh air. These were our new words. Now, I will tell you about a little more vocabulary related to the story. We already know the word travel. To travel means to go somewhere, usually far away. When you go on a trip, you travel. You can travel by car, train, bus, plane, or boat. All these words are nouns. We also use adjectives to describe a trip. For example, a business trip, an adventure trip, a pleasure trip, a vacation trip, or a working trip. What kind of trips have you been on? Can you describe them using these adjectives? I think I have been on all kinds of trips. I think my trip to Turkey was an adventure trip. How do you call it in your language? Please write a comment and tell me. And also please tell me about your trips. Have you ever been to Turkey? Would you like to visit this country? And what about me? Well, I love traveling and I plan to travel a lot in the future. But for now, I'm going to continue learning with you. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.